I don't know about your kids, but my kids, here's how it sounds like every 5 seconds. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, can we get something to eat? I'm thirsty. So I created a snack pack for them. You've got your snack pack. You can space it out however you want to do it, but that's your food.
Welcome to the Imperfectly Empowered podcast with leading DIY lifestyle blogger ahnafulmer to reclaim their hearts and homes by empowering transformation, one imperfect day at a time.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Imperfectly Empowered podcast. I'm your host, ahnafulmer. It's summer. This is not news to you, and I'm sure a lot of you have vacations planned. It is the season for traveling. Today, I am sharing 35 must-know hacks for traveling, whether you are driving or flying. These hacks are going to help you not only learn how to save money, but decrease stress and maximize your time away. Many of these tips are tried and true ones that I have personally used over the years. I will be transparent for the ones that I have not done yet, but these hacks for traveling are must know and will make your life so much easier. And then, of course, be thinking, if there's a hack that I didn't share that you know, please share. Please, we all need to hear it. Let's get started. Hack number 1, individual snack bags in large Ziplocs. This sounds really silly, but this took me a long time with kids to realize the advantage of creating individual snack bags, thinking ahead, because I don't know about your kids, but my kids, here's how it sounds like every 5 seconds. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, can we get something to eat? I'm thirsty. I like on and on. It's like the only, other than are we there yet or how much longer, it's like the next phrase that comes out every 5 seconds. I'm hungry. So I realized that it was very helpful if I took a gallon Ziploc bag and I created a snack pack for them. And this is what they got. Like, you've got your snack pack. You can space it out however you want to do it, but that's your food. Now, that might not include like stopping for lunch or whatever, but in terms of snacks, they each get their own snack pack, and that's what they've got. So snack ideas might include protein bars, snack bars, granola bars, carrots, apples, bananas. Those all do well for longer trips. Trail mix, nuts, the snack bag size pretzels, chips, crackers, squeezable pouches. Baby food, actually, like in the squeezable pouch form, the sweet ones, I even like. They're very easy to travel with. A lot of that stuff you can also take on an airplane as well. It doesn't have to just be for a car. Travel hack number 2, hang car organizers to reduce clutter. So many of you probably already do this, but they're the car seat organizers that hang from the back of a seat. And they can certainly hold the snack bags. Each of them get a water bottle, but these are perfect for tablets, card games, workbooks, coloring books, reading books. I shared in a blog post a couple years ago what I put in those car organizers. I create a fun pack for them when we go on our longer trips, like our 6 to 8 hour car trips, and put in like workbooks and stuff like that for them. Hack number 3 that I also put into these fun packs, as I call them, which is really just a car seat organizer, are magnetic travel games. I linked a pack from Amazon that they're these tiny little games, but they're all magnetic, and they include games like checkers, chess, Chinese checkers, tic-tac-toe, like chutes and ladders, solitaire. Like, there's a lot of different games that are included in this pack. And I've never bought this pack specifically, but we have for many years had these little magnetic travel games that the kids love to play. Some of them are 2-player. Some of them are just like a solitaire type of a game. They're also great for camping, is another good way to use these little magnetic travel games. Hack number 4, collapsible mesh bags for expandable storage and organization. Again, this is more for a car, although I take that back actually. So these are great. I linked the mesh bag that I am in love with. I have had it for years. I got it at Costco. Oh my goodness, 7 or 8 years ago. A long, long time ago, this exact bag. And they have a large one. They have a compact size one, but we have used ours so many times. It is the perfect, it's the perfect travel bag in the sense that like we use it for the beach. So we put all of their pool stuff, all of their beach stuff into this bag. But what I love about them is that it actually zips, it folds together then and zips up. And it's like this flat. And they're bigger. Like the big one that we have is big, but it's super flat. It's almost like a big book size that you can just slip into a suitcase. So I say that it's really more for a car, but in reality, it would actually be fabulous for flying with. Let's say you're flying somewhere to a beach and you want a beach that is or a beach bag that's expandable to put all your stuff in. What's funny is I never even thought to bring it to Mexico. It would have been perfect for that you can like put all of your towels or your beach toys or whatever you want into it. So it would actually be perfect for flying. I've never used it for that. Collapsible mesh bags, also great for the car. They stand up on their own, but they can easily be zippered down to a super flat little book size. Hack number 4. Hack number 5, individual trash bags for less mess. I don't do this when we fly. I do this when we drive. You just loop a grocery bag to, if kids are in car seats, loop it to their car seat. They have their own little personal trash can. You can also loop it to like the car seat in front of them. There's a lot of places to, connect them, but give each kid their own little personal trash bag for less mess. So you're not crunching on empty boxes of fast food or whatever it is that is on the floor. Hack number 6, battery powered sound machine. Oh my goodness. Where was this hack all of my child traveling life? So I linked the sound machine, the exact one that we use, and it has almost 46,000 like 5-star reviews on Amazon, and it's super cheap. We only use them on vacation. Side note, we do not routinely use use sound machines at home because I don't want my kids to get dependent on a sound machine to fall asleep. So we just use these for traveling when your like nighttime routine is thrown off and whatever. So we take them when we travel. But I learned that if I put it on the battery power mode, it doesn't need plugged in, and I put it on the center console, like where our cup holders are between Zach and I in the front seat, and I turn it up, our kids sleep much better in the car. So we use this battery powered sound machine in the car. We also tend to leave really early in the morning when it's still dark and they're sleepy. So the trip goes a lot faster, and we make sure that the sound machine is turned up, the lights on the car are off so that they transition well from the bed to the car. It truly does work. They absolutely sleep longer with the sound machine in the car. 7, hack number 7, solo cups and cup holders to contain snacks. Excellent for little kids. So you got that little goldfish pack, right? In their snack pack. These solo cups in the cup holders are perfect for little hands to be able to reach in, as opposed to, you know how it goes, precariously holding that small little bag that they inevitably ripped right down the center, spilling stuff everywhere as they're trying to reach in for the little goldfish. No, I'm not bitter. What is it with like the goldfish and Cheerios, right? How many of us moms have crunched endless amounts of goldfish and Cheerios under our feet over our lifetime? Not to mention vacuuming them up from the car floor. So obviously it does help if you pour the snacks into the solo cup, but most little kids are much better at like taking the cup and putting it in the little cup holder, and then they just reach in. It's a great, great hack for a little bit less mess. Hack number 8, using a lanyard to attach your water bottles to the car seats. Some of you are like, I'm sorry, repeat that. What? Okay, this may seem strange to some, but my kids are always losing their water bottles. We've tried many, many different water bottles over the years. By the way, the little Camelback ones are still our number one go-to water bottle for our kids. We remove the straw. The little like bite valve is so easy to replace. Anyway, they've gone through so many water bottles and I never again will buy a different one. Like this is the best one for little kids, but it also has the little hook at the top of it. So it is super easy to clip onto things. But they're constantly losing their water bottles, including in the car. It like falls underneath, it falls off of their seat that they put beside them. And then it rolls underneath the car seat. You're driving or you're in the front of the van and your kid can't find their water bottle. They're looking everywhere. Then they're getting out of their car seat because you don't feel like getting out and turning around and walking the way. Anyway, you've all been there. We've all been there. So a hack is to use a lanyard or just any little clip on a string to attach, to connect the water bottle to their car seat, or you can attach it to the seat in front of them or to their own headrest. Like, you know, the headrests on the back of seats have those little rods. You can just clip it onto the rod and it's on a string so the water bottle doesn't fall under and roll underneath the seats. Y'all, it may sound ridiculous to some of you, but for those of you who know what I'm talking about and your kid is like mine and is constantly losing their water bottle, believe it or not, it's kind of a game changer, especially when you're in a car for 8 to 12 hours. Number 9, baby wipes for easy cleanup. Keep a pack of baby wipes in your car or your airplane carry-on. You will not regret it. We actually keep one in our car all the time. Number 10, roll your clothes. All right. After my senior year of college, I lived in Peru for the summer. I traveled the Andes Mountains with an amazing group of people. And I will never forget, it was the first time I'd ever done it. We were told to roll all of our clothes in order to maximize the small bags that we were allowed to bring. We were given like a very strict, this is like the size bag that you should bring. Here's how to maximize the space. And that was the first I had heard of it. I've been doing it ever since. It is also much more effective at minimizing wrinkles. Hack number 11, travel size iron in a bottle. This has to be, speaking of wrinkles, this has to be one of my favorite products of all time. I don't think I've ironed in 5 years. Tom and Sherry's plant-based wrinkle release spray, static guard, it's a no heat steamer, you name it. Love this product. Is amazingly effective. In fact, I've been so amazed by this product. I actually wrote a whole blog post showcasing before and after pictures of all the things that I use this iron in a bottle spray for. It's really, really impressive. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a partner of theirs or anything, but I absolutely love this product. The link, of course, is in the show notes as always. And I actually share in the blog post all the different places that I keep a bottle of this and how I use it. But I do keep a travel size bottle in my toiletries bag for when I travel. I've used it so many times. Hack number 12, use packing cubes. So if you've traveled anywhere in the last decade, then packing cubes are probably not new to you. But shamefully, I only just bought a set for the first time this year. And I have to agree, they are quite useful, not just for maximizing space, but also organizing a suitcase or a larger bag. There's a lot of hacks to actually packing cubes in and of themselves and ways to use them. Some people will minimize the amount of bags they have to take. So instead of each kid having their own bag, they'll use one large suitcase and each kid has their own color packing cube, for example. Again, roll the clothes into the packing cube, save even more space. Some people will also use packing cubes even for their toiletries. There's a lot of ways to use packing cubes. I liked them for organizing a suitcase. Like I did one with all my pants, one with all my shirts. It keeps stuff from flying all over your suitcase, especially if you're literally flying. I did like the packing cubes. I think especially if you travel and you fly a lot, I think they're an amazing hack to getting more space in your bag. Hack number 13, bring a portable charger for all of your devices. Again, shameful. I had no idea this was even a thing. Eliminate the hassle of trying to share a plug to recharge your device, not to mention the hassle of even finding said plug, right? Depending on where you're at. Most airports now are pretty up to date and actually have charging stations, but depending on the hotel you're in, the conference room that you're in, everyone's like, you know what I mean? Sitting on the floor, huddled around one outlet. Some people even bring like extension outlets that have like 5 outlets on a strip just because of all the devices. Anyway, this is what our world has come to. But skip the hassle and just bring your own portable charger. Link included. Or hack number 14, this blew my mind. For Christmas, I got a travel bag that has a portable charger sewn into it. I kid you not, this is a thing. Many of you are probably like, really? You're only just discovering this? Welcome to my life. Yeah, a little late to the party. But for Christmas, now that I go to these multiple, I usually go to a couple conferences a year now, working in this space. And I wanted a travel bag that was able to function as a purse / workspace, basically, that I can put my laptop in it, work while I'm sitting in the airport, etc. So for Christmas, I got this amazing bag that actually has a portable charger sewn into it. I've already used it multiple times. I did include a link. There's backpacks. There's the over-the-shoulder bags. I absolutely love it. I've used it all of the time. Highly, highly recommend. Find a travel bag that includes a portable charger in the bag. You just charge your bag before you travel. And then you're good anywhere. Hack number 15. Download Google Translate. This is really fascinating. I have not done this yet myself. When I lived in Peru, we did not have Google Translate. But if you need a translation service, the Google Translate app not only allows you to take photos of text that it'll translate into a language or audio, certainly all of that. But interestingly, you can actually choose an offline service once you've downloaded the app. You can go to settings, choose offline translation so that you don't need Wi-Fi. I've had several people tell me this hack. That's amazing. That's an amazing hack if you're going somewhere that you might need translation service, but you might not have instant access to the internet or Wi-Fi. In that same vein, download Google Maps. Okay, I used to do this all of the time. And it's so funny. It's like people don't even realize that this is an option still. But it's kind of like the old MapQuest. Y'all remember MapQuest, right? Who even knows what that is anymore? But all my people in their 30s probably will still remember MapQuest. Basically, you download your driving instructions. It's not in real time. You just type in where you're at, where you're going, and you download these instructions. Well, you can also do that on Google Maps. If you know exactly where your destination is, save yourself the stress of accidentally either running out of Wi-Fi or being in an area that doesn't have Wi-Fi if you're driving through the mountains, and actually just download the directions. As I also understand, Google Maps works in airplane mode. I've never done that. But if I'm traveling somewhere where I am, it's a longer trip, I've never been there before, I'm not positive if my Wi-Fi will stay active, then you just download them to your phone. That's it. And you can use them without needing any Wi-Fi. So just save instructions to your phone. Okay, the third app that is essential if you are traveling, in my opinion, is the Uber app. Have you all used Uber? Uber has been a lifesaver for me when I travel. So instead of having to beg a ride from a friend or a conference member that I just met, although certainly many of them have been very kind to give me a ride, you just find a driver using the app. I have not had a bad experience yet. I have found the drivers to be very professional. They have to maintain certain professional standards. By the way, this is not just like a backyard app. Is that really a thing? Backyard app? You know what I'm trying to say. They're very professional. I have never had an issue or an awkward experience with an Uber driver. Not one time. And I've actually used it quite a few times now. It's very user friendly. And the other cool thing, I'll say this, I've gotten some incredible tips from drivers, not money tips, but advice on the area that I'm at, because a lot of them are local to the area that I am needing the Uber ride. And so I've gotten excellent restaurant suggestions, or if I'm trying to find something and I'm I have no idea where to go, I'll ask them. So Uber's been great. I absolutely recommend the Uber app. Hack number 18, skip the check-in. Okay, I have this super weird obsession with avoiding check-in lines. It's almost like a game to me. I refuse to check in a bag. When we flew to Mexico, I was I refuse to do a bag check-in. When we fly to Samoa to get our son, I want us all to have carry-on bags. I'm weird about check-in. It makes me nervous. It's I'm seeing all of my clothing never coming back to me, and I will have one outfit for the rest of my trip. Like, right. It's dramatic. I know, but I love the no stress of avoiding the check-in line, not to mention waiting for that said bag on arrival and crossing your fingers that it arrives. I've been there too. I've been the last one standing there waiting for my bag. It's very, very stressful. So a hack to skipping the check-in line is several things. One, using packing cubes, like I mentioned, rolling your clothes, wearing your largest shoes. So one way to, so there's kind of like two different travel outfits. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but when I go to conferences, they're like all day conferences. It's a quick trip. I don't even try to work out. I don't even try. It's like 2-3 days that is not going to disrupt months of hard work. Okay. Don't stress. Just do your work thing and don't worry about working out. So I don't even try to work out. I don't even pack workout clothes or workout shoes. That's helpful. But if I am going somewhere where I know I will want to go for a run, maybe like when I went to Florida with my girlfriends or Mexico, for example, places like that, I wear my biggest shoes, which are usually my running shoes. So the other hack is then layering a bunch of clothing when you travel. So like jackets, for example, if you're going somewhere cold, make sure that you have a jacket on for when you're traveling, as opposed to trying to put it in your suitcase. So packing packing cubes, rolling your clothes, wearing your largest pair of shoes, unless you're doing like knee-high boots with 5-inch heels, girlfriend, you're on your own, but you might need that check-in bag. And then maximizing your carry-on and your personal bag alone. It is so worth it. It is so much less stressful. I cannot say that enough. Avoid checking in a bag. However, here's a really interesting hack. I've never done this. I have heard of this. Hack number 19, if checking in a bag, place a fragile sticker on it. Here's the thing. I personally feel like this hack is probably abused and airline workers know it. I kind of wonder how effective this really is. But, and again, weird obsession with not checking in bags. So I've rarely had to even check in a bag. But technically speaking, as I understand it, if an airline worker sees a fragile sticker on a checked in bag, in theory, it is supposed to be placed on top. In theory, you should get it back first. And it is handled with more care. Here's my thing, people. If there's nothing fragile in it, don't put a fragile sticker on it. That just feels like common courtesy. But there you go, if you want to use it. And maybe there is something fragile, glass, that you really do need that on. Or you bought something and you want to transport it back, buy a fragile sticker for it. You can also ask for one at the desk, I believe, if they still do that. And I don't think it costs anything. Hack number 20. Place any liquid toiletries in a Ziploc bag. You guys, I have traveled a lot in my life. In case you didn't know this, I actually spent the first 5 years of my life living in Europe. So my parents kind of started our family traveling really, really early. We lived in Scotland. And I just grew up with a family that travels. I flew dozens of times before I graduated from high school. Dozens of times. So I've traveled for many, many, many years. And it took me way too long to figure out that I need to stop playing with fire by not putting my liquid toiletries in a Ziploc bag and having shampoo all over shirts and conditioner on my shoes. Maybe I'm the only one. But the air pressure can expand these little bottles and then they leak all over. So maybe you haven't flown a lot. This is my hack for you. Place any liquid toiletries in a Ziploc bag. Or make sure it's a toiletry bag that has like a water resistant pouch. Mine actually does. I linked my toiletry bag that I use. I do love it. It's huge. It's almost a little too big actually. Because again, right, no check-in bag here. But I do love this toiletry bag. I did link it. Hack number 21, open a travel credit card and use the new flyer miles for your trip. I love this hack, but you have to be careful with it. So if you have really good credit, you can open a new credit card, it's usually like you have to spend X amount of dollars in the first 3 months that you open it, depending on the card. And then you will get bonus points for flyer miles. Like these are very specific to flying. I'm not talking about like cash back rewards. I'm saying that they're very specific to flying. And so the like flying points are more than what you would get cash for, if that makes sense. Because some people are like, why not just buy a cash back card? Because you're getting a lot more for your money with the flyer miles. But a lot of these travel cards, especially for specific airlines, will offer right at the very beginning X number of flyer miles. I mean, some of these add up to like $750, like at the beginning. So here's the trick. Here's the caveat to this. You have to pay the card off right away. Maybe you already have 1 or 2 credit cards that you use for everything. Maybe you have more than 1 or 2 credit cards. We use one for everything. That's it. And my business card, but personally. So the trick is you need to pay off the card right away and then either set it aside or shred it and let the card close on its own. If you are a frequent traveler, maybe you just simply need to have a travel card. That's a whole nother. But I'm saying if you're going on like a one-off trip, you want to treat your family to a getaway somewhere and you want to try to cut costs, this is a great hack to pay for like the upfront costs with these free miles. But pay it off right away and then shred the card so you're not tempted to use it. Because if I understand it correctly, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Shout it out in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong. But from what I have always understood, and we have like excellent credit, like points away from perfect. If I understand it correctly, it is actually better for your credit score to leave an unused card open than to actually close it. But you've got to eliminate temptation, pay it off, shred it so that you don't use it. Again, that's for the one-off new flyer miles, not if you're routinely traveling and you actually would benefit using it multiple times. So that's that hack. Hack 22, inform your credit card company before traveling abroad so they don't lock down your account due to suspicious activity. I do this every time. I did not do this when we went to Mexico. But like if I'm, for example, when I lived in Peru, I think I actually just paused my credit card. I don't actually even remember. I don't think I even used it. Again, we were in the mountains. There was no credit card machines in these little villages. So this is a good practice, whether you plan to use your credit card abroad or not, to just let your credit card company know, because it is a huge pain when they lock down your account. Hack number 23. I love this one. I don't know why. It makes me feel like I'm in a Bond movie or something like super tricky and secretive. Hide cash in an empty lip balm tube. Like what? Bond movie, Anna, what is your problem? Okay. But there's so many really like tricky, fun, creative ways to hide money while traveling, like the cool money belts. And, but this one's my favorite, partly because I am always using chapstick and lip balm. So I think this one is so creative. But what you do, you buy a cheap little chapstick tube and then you twist the lip balm the whole way out of the tube. You can actually put that into a different like little container if you still want to use it. But you twist it the whole way up. You remove the lip balm out of it, rinse it out, and then you just twist it the whole way back down so that now you have this empty tube. And then you can just roll up bills and put it into the lip balm tube. Voila. Perfectly inconspicuous place for some dough. Just don't forget that there is no lip balm in it and try to put some money on your lips. That sounded a lot dirtier once it came out of my mouth. But you know what I'm saying. Basically, a great way to travel and inconspicuously hide cash. Bottom line. And you can keep it in your pocket really easily too. I don't know too many people that would try to steal lip balm. Hack number 24, book directly with a hotel for the cheapest rate. Once upon a time, back in the day, I just turned 36 years old, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is in my lifetime even, that we had to speak to real life humans in order to get away, right? Do we all remember these days when you had to actually call somebody on the phone, right? You had to like rotate the little dial to get the right numbers or type them out and they went, and right, each different like sounds for the number. and talk to somebody in real life in order to book a hotel. Now you press 3 buttons and your entire travel itinerary is taken care of. It's crazy. But here's the really interesting thing. Many of these websites are working with affiliate partners. They have to, their business as well. And so the cost is higher due to paying for commissions, etc. So what's interesting is this is not the case for every single hotel or whatever, but oftentimes if you call them and you talk to them directly and you just simply say, hey, I'm looking to book a room for these dates. Can you tell me what your best offer is? And oftentimes it will actually be lower than what you find online. Be your own travel agent, basically. Yes, you will need to actually talk to a real life human being. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, this is what we've come to. But seriously, it is worth giving it a shot. Call the place directly and ask what their best deal is. And then you can probably book it over the phone. They'll try to redirect you back to their site, by the way. A lot of them will, but just say, tell me what your best deal is. Hack number 25, put a dryer sheet in each packing cube or in your bag. This is a great, I will do this if I'm going to a conference. If it's just a family vacation, I don't do this. But if I'm going to a conference, actually, I will do this. I put a dryer sheet in my bag so that all of the clothes smell fresh. Look and smell fresh when you travel. Don't forget that iron in a bottle. Don't forget your iron in a bottle. Spray. Hack number 26, keep a stain stick in your toiletries bag and a Tide to Go pen in your purse. So the chances of spilling coffee on myself at some point during travel is extremely high. Very, very high. I don't know why. It's almost like a guaranteed Murphy's Law thing or something. Like I will spill coffee on myself while traveling. And of course, there's, you're strapped into your little airplane seat. You're not going anywhere. So I put a Tide to Go pen in my purse or my, little travel bag with the portable charger in it. So cute. You guys have to check it out. They're so cute, those bags. But then I also keep a stain stick in my toiletries bag. The stain stick looks like a deodorant if you've never used stain stick. Lifesavers, by the way. These stain sticks, we have them all over our house. Bathrooms, laundry room. It looks just like a deodorant tube. But I also keep one in my toiletries bag for any time that we're traveling. Hack number 27. Oh my goodness. This is one of the number one hacks for so many reasons. Wear compression socks. Okay. Notice I didn't say compression stockings because here's the problem, especially as women. We hear compression stockings and we think old person or we think pregnancy. And here's the deal. A lot of these stockings are so uncomfortable. The stockings that I used to wear when I was pregnant and working full-time in the ER with Gracie and in school full-time, I was literally in the hospital 5 days a week. It was insane, not to mention classes and everything else. And I was on my feet all of the time. So I got these medical grade compression stockings. They were so uncomfortable, not to mention I felt like I was going to go into labor just putting them on, right? So uncomfortable. And then they cut off your circulation right below the knee. Anyways, okay. Forget compression stockings. Unless you have an amazing recommendation for one, please drop them in the notes. But compression socks, one, they look like normal socks, not the granny panties, right? Stockings. No offense to grannies out there. I love you. But they're socks. They look like sports socks. I love them because they don't have that really tight edge at the very top that cuts off your circulation, which is ironic because the whole point of them is to improve your circulation. I'm not bitter at all. I'm not bitter. Okay, so I actually linked compression socks to show you what I mean. They are so much more comfortable than stockings. They're not the same thing, but you can avoid cankles, cramps, and clots. More importantly, clots in your legs, which can turn into a clot into your lungs with these compression socks. It's a win-win all around. Highly recommend compression socks, whether you're traveling in the car, whether you're traveling in an airplane. Depends on the length of time, but I absolutely would recommend these compression socks. Okay, hack number 28. Ooh, this is one of my favorite. It's all about water bottles, and I'm going to take a sip of water right now. It's making me thirsty. Okay. When flying, take an empty, skinny, I should have actually brought it to show you. Take an empty, skinny, stainless steel travel tumbler that you can fill with water on the other side of airport security. I started doing this several years ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but when I fly on really anytime that we travel, we tend to look for early flights, like morning. So I always have coffee with me because I'm obsessed with coffee and I'm addicted to coffee. So I need it in the morning. So when I travel, what ultimately ends up happening is when I'm driving to the airport, I have my coffee in this stainless steel travel mug. Usually I'm done with it by the time I'm actually arriving at the airport, not always, but I will take it with me on the little shuttle to the airport. And then I dump whatever may remain in the tumbler, literally just there on the ground in front of the airport. I just dump it out. And then I take this travel tumbler and I put it in my purse. When you are on the other side of security, you just fill it up at the water fountain. You will save so much money on water. Water bottles at airports are ridiculously marked up because they know demand is high, right? Most people don't think of this hack because they just assume they can't travel with any liquids and they don't even think about an empty travel tumbler. Here's the other positive to this. It can also then function as a water bottle as well as a hot coffee travel mug when you arrive to your destination, which is what I do all of the time. The key here is the skinny ones. Again, obsessed with not checking in bags. So I'm like, less is more every time. But these really skinny tumblers fit perfectly into a purse or a bag. I think it's 20 ounces. I think mine's 20 ounces. I linked the exact one. This one's $11. It's $11. It's one of the cheapest stainless steel tumblers I've ever seen. And I linked it, but that way you stay hydrated while you fly. And by the way, you can take it into the plane then, right? Like you can take it into the plane so you can stay hydrated while you're flying. Hack 29, use the USB port on a hotel TV in a pinch. This one I learned from a travel blogger. This is, if you're a travel expert, then this is not new to you, but I thought this was genius. I've personally never done this. Had I thought of it though, I probably would have. But if you forget your USB plug adapter, which, they're kind of essential now. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the plug that goes into the wall and then your USB charger goes into the adapter that goes into the wall. But if you forget the adapter and there's no USB port because your hotel is 100 years old and they've not caught up with the times, but they have a brand new TV, then most TVs nowadays have USB ports. And let's say you don't have a laptop either. You can also use a laptop, but you can plug it into the TV. Genius. I did not come up with that one. And there wasn't really one person I can credit. I've seen this on a lot of travel bloggers, hacks. Love that one. Or just bring your portable charger or your super cute purse that has a sewn portable charger into it. Hack number 30, pack high protein snacks. Y'all have heard me say this multiple times if you've listened to any of my hacks for traveling or holiday, avoiding overeating at the holidays. So many high protein snacks are the name of the game. High protein, low carb snacks. Not to mention saving money, right? Because airport food is ridiculously expensive. And when you're traveling by car, you just might not feel like stopping. We've all been there, right? The kids are sleeping. Everyone's quiet. Nobody has to pee yet. Like, right? Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't look back. Just go. But you might be really, really hungry. Okay. High protein snacks, easy to travel with items. Ideas are beef jerky, turkey jerky, almonds, trail mix, protein shakes if you're not flying. A hack though for protein shakes flying, if you really want to be intense about your protein, is you can actually get water-based protein powders. So they're like little travel packs where there's protein. And then again, you can use your tumbler, right? Your stainless steel skinny tumbler that you've brought. And you actually just put the protein powder in it, and then you add water and you shake it up on the other side of the airport security. You can do that. There are those packs out there. That would be a great idea. Or the pre-made protein shakes. If you are traveling by car, protein bars. Side note, I am a partner for this company. I have to disclose that. Orgain, I'm a partner of their company because I love their products so much. I really love Orgain's, not just their protein bars, but also their pre-made protein shakes. Their individual pre-made protein shakes. You can also buy them in bulk at Costco. Hack number 31, take a picture of your passport just in case you lose it. However, make sure you delete the photo once your trip is over, and do not forget your internet backup files like Google Photos. You really don't want a picture of your passport on the internet. But then don't forget to report it as missing once you arrive home if you do actually lose it. But this is a great idea. Take a picture of your passport. I have done that, especially if when I traveled overseas alone or in college. Hack 32, create a shared Google Drive for pictures. This is something that we've been doing for years. My sister-in-law is the one who remembers it more than any of us. But for example, every other year we go to the beach with Zach's entire extended family, like cousins, aunts, uncles. There's like 4 generations of us in a house. But whether you have 5 people or you have 25 people, this is so convenient, because what you do, you create a shared Google Drive, you share the link with everyone on vacation, and everyone contributes their photos to one shared drive. So convenient. And then you can certainly pull whatever photos you want off of it. Hack number 33, use a facial spray to revitalize your skin. I have, full disclosure, not done this yet, but it is genius. I keep meaning to buy one of these sprays. I don't notice my face feeling as dry when I'm in the car, but there is something about flying. I don't know what it is that your face, your skin gets so dry. I notice it every single time. It's almost like it feels cakey, like it's just so dry. I don't know what it is about the cabin air on planes. Maybe it's just really dry. I don't know. But I learned from a travel blogger. I will give her credit because this is the one person that I've seen this from. Her name's Shay Shaw, mixandmatchmama.com. There's these like sprays that you just spray onto your face and it softens it. Again, I've never used one yet. I need to. Next time that I fly, which is in a couple weeks, I'm going to get one. And it helps, especially if you don't have time to freshen up before your destination, wherever you're going. I did link the one that is the most popular on Amazon. Again, I've not tried it yet. I'm going to. But you can check that out if you're like me and notice how dry your skin gets after you fly. Hack number 34, create a packing list document for recurrent trips. Also, super shameful how many years it took me to do this, especially given that I am hyper organized. But it took me so long to realize that for the recurrent trips, when we go to our family's cabin, when we go to the beach, when we go camping, things that we do every year, instead of spending an hour of my life just trying to think what everyone in the family needs, I finally created separate Google Docs for each in a checklist format. And now we just open it up on our phone, print it off, and we have our packing lists. And then, of course, save it in a drive, like travel folder or something. And you and your spouse or roommate or whomever can both use it. So the packing's not just on you. Okay, last tip number 35, hack for traveling number 35. Wear a large cardigan or a scarf to double as a blanket if needed, especially when flying. I have 2 different travel outfits when flying. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but if I plan on working out at my destination, then my outfit is it's actually really funny. I'm thinking about, I wear the same thing every time. Black leggings, my running shoes, some sort of like cutish long sleeved workout shirt, plus a cardigan that I linked. It's absolutely amazing. Actually, I have to give her credit for this one too. This specific cardigan was also recommended by Shay Shaw at Mix and Match Mama. She actually owns her own travel agency, so she's got a lot of incredible recommendations. But I've done this for years. Layer when traveling. So I didn't always wear this particular cardigan, but the point is layer. Outfit number 2, though, if I'm going to a conference where I know I'm not even going to try to work out, I linked the exact dress that I wear. I wear this one every time. I actually have a picture of myself right before I travel to the airport with my kids before a conference. I'm wearing the dress. It is fabulous because it's a floor length maxi dress that has pockets, which like doubles as a blanket in and of itself. It's like a wearable blanket. It really is. It's so comfortable. But here's the other cool thing. If you're really hot, this sounds lame, but y'all, if you travel with any frequency, you've got to get strategic or else you just feel miserable. But the nice thing is if you get really hot, you can just hike up the dress to like short height, right? And cool down while you're sitting. You can also tie it. That's like a fashion hack to make it shorter if you need to. But if it ends up being freezing cold on the plane because everyone else wants to turn up their AC and then you're freezing like I usually am, you just lower your dress back down and it's like a blanket. And then I also wear a cardigan over top of the dress because I live cold. I don't know why, but I do. So I linked the exact travel dress. Literally, this is what I wear. They have short sleeve and long sleeved. It's absolutely the most comfortable dress you will ever wear. It is like wearing a blanket. 35 must-know hacks for traveling. I have no doubt you have a traveling hack. I guarantee you have one. You probably don't even realize it. But if one came to mind that you're like, oh, you should do this. She would love this tip. Please, please, please drop it in the comments. We do a lot of traveling. I would love to know more ways that I could be working smarter, not harder. I hope one of these tips helps you and enjoy your summer travels even more. Hey guys, Anna here. If you found this video helpful, then you do not want to miss this video right here beside me on the screen. Click on it. I know you're going to enjoy it. You guys remember, you cannot be redefined, only redeveloped, one imperfect day at a time. Your story matters and you are loved.